Good morning. This is Diana from Bloomerang, and today I'd like to talk to you about tapping into your lapsed or lapsing donors list. When you log into Bloomerang, one of the first things you see is your donor retention wheel, which shows you what percentage of donors gave last fiscal year, then gave again this fiscal year. It's always great to reach out to retained donors and take the opportunity to thank them for their continued support. But what about the lapsed donors? If you haven't already done so, this would be a great time to reach out to these donors and ask them to consider giving again. This crisis we're in now could prove to be the compelling reason to recapture these lapsed donors. From the dashboard, I can click on part of the graph that represents my lapsed donors, and that will take me to a report with the filters applied. I've customized my donor retention settings, so the report filters will take into account any funds, campaigns, or appeals I've excluded, soft credits, and my fiscal year settings. You can set your fiscal year by going to Settings, View All Settings, then My Organization. The fiscal year defaults to January 1st, but you can change it. Update your fiscal year, then click Save. For my organization, our fiscal year starts on July 1st. If your fiscal year starts on January 1st, when you go to the report, you may have households whose last gift was in December of 2019, which is still relatively recent. In that case, you can adjust the date range, or you might consider using the default settings, which will give you households whose last gift was over 12 months ago. Let's get to the report. You'll notice that this report looks at household giving, and if we look at the inclusions, it's including households who gave a donation, pledge payment, or recurring donation payment from last fiscal year. There are exclusions for transactions that have been refunded, written off, and things like that. You can always click on any of these filters to see exactly what they do. In the excludes, we're taking out households who gave this fiscal year or whose status is inactive or deceased. The report includes columns for latest transaction date and latest transaction amount. I'm going to add a column for lifetime revenue, which will give me a total of how many actual dollars that household has given throughout their giving history with my organization. Let's move that over so we can see it side by side with the latest transaction amount. I also want to know how many personal interactions we've had with these households this year. So I'm going to click Add Column, then search for and select Has Interactions. Click All Interactions and go to Specific Interactions. I'm going to add a filter for channel. And for my organization, personal interactions are anything that happens by phone or in person. I'm going to click and add a filter for date. So I want to see how many personal interactions we've had with these constituents this year. So this year takes a look at the calendar year, as opposed to fiscal year, which goes by your fiscal year settings. And then I'm going to click OK, then click OK again. I want to move that closer so I can see it side by side with my lifetime revenue. From here, I can sort the report to help me decide who I'm going to reach out to first. I have a couple of options here. I can sort by recency of giving. So if I click on the drop-down arrow beside the column, it's going to sort the report right now from earliest to latest, or I can reverse sort to show me latest to earliest. I can reach out to donors whose last gift was closer to today in the last fiscal year spectrum. I can also sort the report by the amount of their latest gift. So again, I can click on the drop-down arrow beside the column and see whose latest gifts were highest all the way down to lowest. But for my organization, I want to sort by lifetime revenue. and I'm going to sort that Z to A or from highest to lowest. I can see here for my organization, the Bluth household has given over $36,000 in lifetime revenue, but their last gift to my organization was from December of 2018. And you can see here that no one from my organization has given them a phone call or met with them in person this year. So maybe now is the right time for that. So for my organization, I'll probably start my call list from here and start working my way down the list based on their lifetime revenue. And you can get to this report directly from your dashboard. We didn't change anything with the filters. We added a couple of columns, but you can certainly add additional filters if you would like. From here, of course, I'm going to want to save the report, lapsed donors, sorted by lifetime revenue. Good luck, and we hope that this helps you recapture some of your lapsed or lapsing donors. Let us know how it goes. Thanks. Bye.